guess it starts. Okay, I gave an assignment for you in the last class. I guess I am right. What is that assignment, Akshaya?
To find current, voltage, and power of some gadgets, sir.
Okay. Now I'll allow multiple participants to share that file. Do you have that file with your mobile? Or do you have it in WhatsApp or somewhere in your mobile? Someone can share it so that I can, or you can post it in WhatsApp now, so that I can take that and solve or say some interesting fact on that. Have you done? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please share it to WhatsApp, or you can share it here in the Zoom itself. I've allowed you to share. Someone can share here so that it'll be interesting for us to see, so that everyone can see and we'll discuss on that topic. Who is going to do? Who is volunteering now? Kishore, can you do? Kishore?
Sir.
Yeah, can you share that? Have you done that? Have you taken that assignment list of gadgets in your or electrical devices in your home, and I ask you to do something like find the voltage, current, and power? Have you done that?
No, sir.
No, very good. Sudan, have you done?
Sir, no, sir.
No, very good. Then Akshay has to share. Akshay has done, right?
Sir, I wrote it in book, sir.
You wrote it in a book. You can show that paper, or you can take a snap and post it in WhatsApp. I'll share it to all.
Okay, sir.
Please do it now. Please do it now. And others can also do. Monica, have you done it? JK.
Yes, sir.
Please share it. Please share it. Or you can share it directly here in the Zoom. You have an option called share screen, right?
Okay, sir.
You can share it here. Please do it ASAP so that we can discuss many things today. I have lots of information for you. I have to deliver everything so that you may not miss anything for today. If you posted, very good. I'll open my WhatsApp so that I can share it to all. If you tried something like finding the voltage and current, also the power for the gadgets, you'll just strike into something will strike into your mind that what is that voltage actually, right? Am I right? If you actually tried, then you would have got it. Only 2 of them has sent, or 3, only 2. Others can also send it, right? If prepared. And I want to discuss one thing about this course, what I told on that day about this course was actually wrong. I had a discussion with the electrical HOD regarding this. She said this is the right one. Actually, we have only 2 hours for lecture, and the other 2 hours is for practical. And you do have practical 2 hours, and this 2 hours is for practical. Since we cannot do any practical classes virtually, we are going into theory classes. At last, if you come, we'll do some experiments, and I can also see some experiments at the end of all the units. I have shared this file to your WhatsApp also. If possible, you people can note it down. You have to do each 1 or 2 experiments at the end of each unit. Okay. Now we cannot do at the end of each unit, so we are skipping it. If you find time and if you can come to college, then we'll be doing this experiment, those which is given in italic are the experiments. Okay, you will have to do all these things in the college itself. Okay, and these things will be interesting. If you come directly, I'll make them interesting. Okay, I've shared this. If you want, you can see it afterwards at the end of class. And this is my WhatsApp. I want to download. Image. I want everyone to participate in what I actually want you to do, because then only you'll get the knowledge, real knowledge of this course. If not, you will not get it. What I am teaching is just a gist of what is inside the book. If you want to really know what is there in the real world, then you will have to connect the content in the book with the real world applications. Only if you do the assignment, what I give daily, then you will be get connected with the real world applications. Okay, and 2 of them has done and very good for them. I appreciate them because they have done something. I'll share it now. Yes. Yes. What is this image? Yes, I guess everyone can see this. Can you see? Is it visible for you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good. Thank you. If you want, I can zoom it also. Yeah, be visible. Yes. Who has done this?
Sir, Monica, sir.
Okay, nice. This is the one. See, she has collected the information of voltage, current, and power for all the gadgets or electrical devices in her home. It is mentioned as the first one as tube light. Tube light is nothing but your fluorescent lamp. Your voltage for the tube light is given as 230 volt. Current for the tube light is it is mentioned as 0.36 amps. Others can also note it down. If you want, it is shared in the WhatsApp group. You can open it and see. And the power for the gadget tube light is given as 40 watts. Am I right, Monica?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. And for your, what is this mini?
Sir, Mixie, sir.
Oh, Mixie, sorry. In the Mixie, voltage is given as 230 volt. You didn't mention any current because Mixie's current varies. I'll explain you why it varies, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Others can also reply. The current for the tube light is fixed as 0.36 amps. You should note it down. But the Mixie's current is not mentioned in the Mixie, since there is a variation in current of the Mixie. Okay. So directly the power is given as 750 watts. So she has done it very good. Right. She has calculated the current from power and voltage using the given formula. I is equal to P by V. It is equal to 3.2 amps it is taking. Am I right? Yes. Next, the mobile. Mobile input output is different. As you know, the voltage for the mobile input is 100 to 240 volt, and the current is given by 0.35 amps. She has calculated the power as power she has not calculated. Actually, she has mentioned the frequency of the mobile as 50 to 60 hertz. I'll explain you. I didn't start anything about the frequency. You people have to ask afterwards, after completing what is voltage and current and power. We'll have a discussion of what is frequency. Okay. You will have to ask, because if I forget, you will have to clarify that doubt. Okay. And the output voltage is given by voltage is 5 volt, current is 2 amps, and the power is 10 watt. Actually, the mobile battery's power is 10 watt. That is right. And the next one is laptop. The input is 100 to 240 volt. Current is 1.7 amps, and the output voltage is 19.5 volt. Current is given by 3.3 amps. This is what is given for laptop. The power for laptop is 65 watts. Very good. You should note it down. We will compare one by one after reading everything. For LED TV, it is voltage equal to 220 volt, power is equal to 30 watts, and the current is calculated by her as P divided by V, which is equal to, what is that, no? 7. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
7 amps. Okay. Something around 7 or 7.5 amps. Okay. And the ceiling fan, she has given the voltage as 220 to 230 volt. People have to ask me a doubt here, why that ceiling fan voltage is alone varying, and power is given as 55 watts, and the current I is not mentioned. Is that Monica? It is not mentioned because the current of ceiling fan is fixed actually. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It is to be mentioned. You didn't notice, I think. If not, you can take that brand of fan, and you can check it out in the what is that called, manual. Something will be
Okay.
given as manual, right, for you when you purchase the fan, or you can Google it and see what is the current value of the ceiling fan of that particular brand. Okay. And you can write it down. Very good, but you have done something well. And the next one is TV stabilizer. She has done who has done this? You only. TV stabilizer. TV stabilizer is actually not a consumer. We should know that. Okay, I'll discuss this afterwards. After teaching what is actually voltage and what is mean by the voltage control. Okay, because stabilizer will control the voltage. It is not the consumer of voltage. You should know that. Okay.
Okay,
Everyone
sir.
should note it down. TV stabilizer is not a consumer. It is actually a controller. Okay. And power bank. Is power bank a consumer? The other can
Sir,
also answer. Is power bank the consumer of electricity? Is it so? Akshaya, Sudan, Kishore can answer, right? Is power bank a consumer of electricity?
Yes, sir. During charging, it consumes electricity.
Yes, very good. It charges and discharges. At charging time, it is consumer of electricity. Very good, very good. During discharge, what it happens? It is changing its mode from consuming mode to generating mode. Okay, it generates and give it to other consumers. Am I right? Generally, it is mobile battery. It charges. Okay, so power bank will change its mode from consumer mode to the generating mode. Okay, okay, very good. And the other things is given by, who is this? Who prepared this? Hello, I didn't get any reply. Someone has
hello, sir.
prepared. Yes, who has prepared this one? Some plain page with a list of gadgets. Okay, anyways, anyone has prepared it is nice. And she has also calculated the same gadgets which is there in this She has added something like fridge. Sorry, something like fridge and TV. The voltage for the fridge is given by 171 volt, and the TV voltage is given by 58 volt. Someone who has prepared this didn't mention any current and power. Is it not mentioned in the fridge and TV?
No, sir, it's not mentioned, sir.
Oh, then you have to search it in Google with the brand name and find it, or else you have to take out the manual which is given during purchase time and get it out. Okay, try to find it out. And
Okay, sir.
this is all we have got it. I'll stop sharing now, and I will discuss something on this. Okay. And now the question for the students is, if you can switch on the video, I'll see you and talk to you. I want you to switch on the video. Now the question is posted to Kishore because he has switched on first. In this screen, as you see, for some gadgets, the voltage is fixed at 230. For some gadgets, it is varying like 230 to 230, 240 and 220 to 230. What makes the difference? Can anyone guess what is the difference? Like why for some gadgets it is fixed and for some gadgets it is varying? Any idea, Monica? Any idea, Kishore? Any idea, Akshaya?
No, sir.
No idea. Very good. Did you search like this? Because when you get into the topic and you find something new, you'll have to search it in Google. Why it varies? What is the difference? Like that. Am I right? If you want to know what really it means, why it is varying, then you should know what is the actual standard voltage level of India. Then only you will know why it is varying. Okay. There is a standard voltage level for India. You should know that. If you want, you can search it now, or you can guess and tell me what is the standard voltage of India. Sudan, any idea of what is the standard voltage for India? Because it is not same for all the countries, as I mentioned it.
No idea, sir.
No idea. Okay, very good. Monishri Snega, any idea of what is the standard voltage? At this time, you would have searched it in Google, right? No idea. Note it down.
230 volts.
Very good, very good, very right. It is not actually right, approximately right. Okay. Note it down. Students, take a paper or you can have a notebook or something with you. The voltage level for India is fixed as 215 to, actually it is 220 plus or minus 15 volt. Okay. Note it down. I'll also share my sticky notes and type it there so that it will be easy for you. It is the voltage level of India, Indian standards. Indian standards voltage is 220 plus or minus 15 volt. This is the standard voltage. Okay. Is that right? Do you understand? So the voltage will vary from how much value? If it is 220 minus 15, it will be equal to 205. So it will be varying from 205 to 235. Sometimes it will go till 240 volt also. Okay. This is the standard value of voltage in India, and there will be no change in generating stations. And this voltage is, which voltage means it is AC voltage, because we have two types of circuits, as you all know. Two types of circuits are there. What are they?
AC, DC.
AC and
Very good,
DC.
very
AC
good.
and DC.
Yes, yes. This voltage level is for AC, not for DC. We'll discuss something about DC later. You have to ask, if I miss something, you'll have to ask. The voltage level standard for India is 240. Why I'm mentioning AC first is, we are using only AC in our day-to-day life. Am I right? In our home, we have AC circuits. On the gadgets in our home is AC. Any DC gadget you have? Any idea about that?
Mobiles.
Yes, mobile charging and the battery of mobile is actually DC, but it is charged through AC supply only. So at the socket, the available circuit or the available voltage is AC. We are converting it to DC using some device. I have mentioned it on the day. What is the device, Ramadevi? You'll have to answer now because I've told you on the day. I have mentioned one device which converts AC supply to DC supply. What is that?
Charger.
Huh? Charger. Oh, yes, yes, you are right. Inside the charger, we have two components. What are they? If you forget, say, I forget, sir. That's not a worry because humans will forget. You don't remember? Very good, very good. Sneha Yam, you can say no. What are the two components inside the charger?
Transformer and rectifier, sir.
It is very good. It is the transformer, step down transformer and the rectifier. What is the use of transformers, SV Sneha? This went out. Huh. When I ask the questions, he's going out. What is this? Yes. Yo, you cannot hear. You can post it in chat because your mic is usually don't work, right? Okay, let it be. What is the use of step down transformer is it steps down the voltage of the voltage. Okay, and we have another one. What is that, Snega?
Rectifier, sir.
What it does? It does
Converts
conversion of
AC to DC.
very good. If available AC voltage in the socket in our home is converted to DC using this rectifier. Okay, you should understand and don't forget it, Ramadevi. I will ask you again. This device which converts AC to DC is rectifier. Okay, and the available supply, everything in our home is actually AC, not DC. We don't have any DC supply. Only available DC sources, you can say it is battery. If there is any battery, then it is a DC source. Nothing other than that in our home or in our industry is DC source. Okay. Apart from this, we have one DC source which is solar power. Solar power generates DC only, not AC. Okay. Keep it in mind. The solar cell or the PV cell which we have everywhere right now, which is considered as a renewable source, is actually a DC source. Okay, we are converting that DC source to AC source and we are using it everywhere. Okay, what is that component which converts DC to AC?
Inverter.
Very good, very good. It is inverter. Inverter is the device which converts DC to AC. So you should know, remember these two things because these are very, very important for you. Now we'll get into voltage because we are discussing on voltage. Okay, voltage level of India is 220 plus or minus 15. So it can be extended from 205 to 235. Sometimes it can go up to 240 volt. Okay, why we are generating the voltage at 230 or somewhere around from 205 to 235? Any guess? Monica JK, any guess? Why do we generate the voltage at 205 to 235?
No idea, sir.
No idea. Very good, very good. Because the gadgets are the devices which we have designed in this India or something which is imported to India is all designed for this voltage. Do you understand? Any device or any gadgets or any measurement devices, like everything in this world which uses electricity, and if it is AC device, then it is designed for only 230 voltage. Okay, do you understand? You should not forget this. Any device which is designed for AC is designed for 230 volt. Okay, got it? Keep it in mind. Device is designed for 230, so we are generating at 230. Okay, suppose if we take developed countries like America, Japan, China, and some like Russia, these countries have standard voltage as 110 volt or 120. It can extend up to 120 volt. Why it is so? Now we can guess. Because the devices that are designed there in Russia or Japan or America is designed for 120 volt. So they are generating it at 120. Okay. So a device needs 120 volt. Suppose a mobile. If this device needs 120 volt, we have to generate the voltage at 120. Since all the devices in India are designed for 230, we are using or we are generating 230 volt in our home. Do you understand? Any doubts in this? Any doubts? Please tell me. If you have doubt, you will not understand at last. Please tell me if you have doubt. The devices are designed for 230 volt. So we are generating the voltage at 230. Okay. Got it? Now we will have a question. We are discussing everything about voltage in AC. What will be the voltage for DC in India? Any idea? No, you will not have idea. So it is nothing but 110 volt DC in India. And this is not common and it is not fixed to. We have 5 voltage also. The generating stations only have 110 volt DC, but the gadgets which you are using can extend up to 3.5 volt even, 3.5 to 5 volt even. So what we need here, at this point we need some equipment. What is that? We generated 110, but we need 3.5 to 5 volt DC output. What is the equipment needed here?
Transformer, sir.
Yes, very good. What is the transformer? Be specific.
Step down.
Yes, we need a step down transformer to convert this 110 volt DC to 3.5 to 5 volt DC. Okay. This is all about the voltage. Okay. Do you understand? Okay, you can now discuss or now see that WhatsApp, something is posted by Monica or someone. There the voltage varies. You can see that the voltage of all the equipments will be between these things, 205 to 240. Am I right? Is there any other device which has voltage apart from this value? You can open it and see your WhatsApp. Those values which is mentioned there for all the gadgets by Monica is actually 230, 230, 230, 230, 240, 220. You can see now all the gadgets have the voltage input of 230, 230, 230. Am I right? Am I right or wrong? Say yes, or no. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is that yes? I say no. I say no because in some devices it is mentioned at 110 also. Do you see that? Did you see any 110 voltages for some gadgets? She has mentioned for laptop it is 110 volt to 240. She has mentioned for TV stabilizer as 110 to 210. Can you see that? Open your WhatsApp and see. I can. You want me to share? Wait, I'll share it. Oh, here it is. See, I guess it is visible now. See here, for TV stabilizer it is 110 to 270, and for mobile and see here in laptop it is mentioned as 100 to 240. Then you cannot use laptop in India since the voltage generated is 240. You cannot use laptop which is designed for 100 volt in India. Am I right? Am I right or wrong? Yes or no? I want to answer so that I guess you can understand or not. See, I'll explain you. Devices are designed in India for 230 or 240. So we are generating the voltage at 240. Okay. So we can easily use that. But certain devices, which is mentioned by Monica, is given as 110 also. How can we use that 110 volt designed device in India? Because we don't have 110 volt AC voltage right now in India. we can do one thing. We can step down the voltage from 240 to 110. But in that context, which is mentioned by Monica, we don't have any transformer inside. And how can we use that? Any idea? Any idea? Kishore, any idea? If you say don't know, you have to think of what is happening there. Okay. You should not say don't know right now. You have to think of. You need answer after thinking. How can we use 110 volt device in India because we don't have direct 110 volt generated in India? Any idea? No idea. Okay, I will tell you. Those devices which is mentioned there by Monica are actually imported devices. Okay, you should know that. Do you understand what I am saying? Those devices which is mentioned by Monica as 110 volt actually imported devices. That TV stabilizer or the laptop or mobile are actually imported. Those imported devices are from developed countries. They are generating 110 volts, so they have designed that at 110 volt there. Okay, so it is 110, but we are importing that 110 volt device to India where we don't have 110. So we need an adapter in between that. So whichever is imported have an adapter in between. That adapter converts 230 to 110. Do you understand now? Purida? நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? இங்க available voltage 230 தான். Okay, so those devices which are imported from somewhere which is developed country where the voltage is 110, then we need an adapter in between to convert the 230 to 110. Okay, this is reality. Okay, now you would have understand why those devices which is mentioned as 110 are actually working in India. Okay, this is all about voltage. Got it? Got it? Got it? I need a reply. If you understand, then we'll skip on to the next topic, because this is all about the voltage in India. Hello? 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 If no reply, I'll stop talking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Understood. Okay, nice, nice. Now I'll stop sharing my PPT which I prepared. I guess it is visible for all the students. This is what I plan to discuss today. Unit 1. It starts with electric circuit analysis. Recap. In last class, we discussed about charge, current, voltage, power, and energy. Am I right? Any doubts in that? If you have doubt, then you can discuss now. I will give you 5 minutes for discussion. If there is any doubt in charge, current, voltage, power, and energy, we'll discuss now. I'll give you 5 minutes. You can ask any doubt in that. Even if it is silly doubt, I will clear it for you. No doubts in power, energy, voltage, current, and charge. I need at least no doubts as reply from everyone, so that I can skip on to the next topic. Or if you want me to discuss it once again, then tell me. I'll also discuss it with content in the book, so that you will understand in deep about this topic. What is a charge? What is current? What is voltage? What is power and energy? If you want me to discuss again, then I can also do it for 5 or 10 minutes, because these are the very basics for this book. I mean, this course. If you don't understand these 4, then that'll be like it is meaningless to go to the next unit or next topic. We'll discuss everywhere about this topic only. Okay, no doubts? No doubts? Very good. Then I can skip on to the next topic, right? Very good. Agenda of today's discussion is actually what do you mean by circuit? What is SI unit? What are the circuit elements? What are the sources of circuits? How the electricity bill is generated and why do you want to pay for it? What is a node, branch, loop? What are the basic laws? The 2 laws, Ohm's law and Kirchhoff law, and series and parallel circuit. This is the topic which we want to discuss today. Okay, and before that, I'll stop sharing this screen. If you want, you can note it down. These are the topics we want to discuss today. circuits, SI units, circuit elements, active and passive, sources, and two types of sources we have, independent and dependent sources, electricity bills, about electricity bill, how it is generated. Sorry, we have a typo error here. It is double L. Electricity bills, nodes, branches and loops, basic laws, and series and parallel circuits. These are the topics we are going to discuss today. Okay, and I will try to complete at least 4 or 5 topics for today. Then only we will be running on the good pace of completion of syllabus. Okay, noted it down. If you want, I can share it to WhatsApp also. I'll send it to your WhatsApp, these contents. Okay, before getting into that one, I'll close this and I'll go to the book so that I'll tell you where these topics are, so that it will be easy for you to prepare up to the end of the session. This is the book which you are going to take for preparation for first unit. I've shared that book to your WhatsApp group. This is the soft copy of that book, and this soft copy of the book has very good content for first unit alone. You cannot see any content for second unit, third unit, fourth unit here in this book, but you have complete content for first unit in this book. So you'll have to refer different books for different units. The first unit you can refer it here in the electric circuit analysis by Alexander K. Matthew, which is being shared to you already. Okay. In this book, I'll start with the charge. Here it is given the first topic as electric circuits. You can see here, right? Electric circuits is nothing but the interconnection of elements. The 3 elements, which is, if it is interconnected, then it is electrical circuit. Okay. What are the 3 elements? Can someone dictate what are the 3 elements of electric circuits? Hello. If you cannot talk, you can post it in chat. I can take that also. What are the 3 elements of electric circuits? Any idea? No idea.
Source, load, and battery, sir.
What? Oh, it is given that, so you're saying. Very good, very good. First one, note it down, everyone. First one, we need source. For an electric circuit, we need a source. Okay. The second one is the battery. Third one is the, what is that? Hello? Akshaya madam? You told
Load,
something?
sir.
Load, very good, very good. You need a battery and a load, very good. Source for charging the battery and battery for connecting it to the DC load. Okay, because battery output is actually DC. Okay, if there is anything, you should know what is the output of that. Okay, if it is AC source, the output will be AC. If it is a battery, the output will be DC. You should know that. Back end lo ungalku odite irukano. Okay, AC source or output AC ah dhaan irukum. DC source or output will be DC only. We cannot change it. If you want to change, then we need to incorporate some other device which is called rectifier or inverter. Okay, keep it in mind. But these 3 things are not basic connections. We have 3 components. Sorry, actually it is 4. One is the source. Note it down. One is source for your circuit. Other 3 things are the components. Okay. What are the 3 components of electric circuits? Hello? Rama Devi, you have to answer now. What are the 3 components of electric circuits? Yes, madam. Any idea? I've told you on the day, I guess. I know I've told you. You don't know. If not, Sudan can answer for it. What are the 3 components of circuits? Sudan? No idea? Sneha SV? Ayyo. People are forgetting, I guess. No idea? Then I will say, note it down. For electric circuits, we need a source and 3 components. Those 3 components are resistor, inductor, and capacitor. I told you on that day, please don't forget it. We have three components in electric circuits. One is resistor, inductor, and capacitor. I'll also note it down in my sticky note so that I can copy it and paste it afterwards. The three, what is the first one we need for circuit is source. Second we need is components, resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Okay, so all the electrical circuit in this world comprises of only these two. One is source, other one is a component. Now you people can tell me one application such that I can explain what is the source and what is the component in that. Just say some example. I'll tell you what is actually the source in that and what is the component in that. Only if you can say that example, I can explain you, because I want you to connect everything to real world application. Not I'm going to teach you the content in the book alone. Say some example of electrical device so that I can tell you what is the component there in that. Shall we take ceiling fan for example? Okay, what? Ceiling fan, what is the source for that? Think of who is giving the current or the supply for the ceiling fan. It is a AC supply which is there in the board or the switchboard. Switchboard, like the socket is giving power to that. So we have a source for it, right? Only if we switch it on, only if the source is connected to the ceiling fan, it becomes the actual circuit, right? So that is the source. Then what is the component present in that ceiling fan? Okay, we have all these three things in the ceiling fan. Okay, wire are all the things in this world has a resistance. So if a material has a resistance, then that material can be termed as resistor. Okay, resistor is nothing but a device or a material which has some resistance. Even our human body has some resistance. Do you know that? Human body has some resistance. So we can call ourselves as a resistor. Fan has also resistance in it. So fan can be termed as a resistor too. Okay. Got it. Next one is the inductor. We have inductance effect in the fan. So only fan is rotating. For anything to rotate, we need inductance effect. Okay. Inductance effect can be verified by means of magnetic field. Someone, when I discussed in the first day, you told instead of electric field, we can compare with magnetic field, right? Who discussed on that day? Someone has told me magnetic field instead of electric field. You would have studied somewhere in schools also. If we give supply to a wire, some magnetic field will be revolving around the wire. Am I right? You would have studied somewhere. Yes. Everything which is given supply, you will get magnetic field around it. And if there is magnetic field, electric field will be automatically generated to it. So everything. So due to this magnetic field in the fan only, it starts rotating. Okay. So a fan has resistance, a fan has inductance effect, and fan has a capacitor too. You can see a white color condenser. In fan, it is actually called as condenser. Okay. If you don't know, you can ask your dad today, what is a condenser in fan? He'll show you a component in that fan. If you can open it and see, or you can see it here and I'll show you what is that condenser in fan. I can show you the image so that you will easily understand what is condenser. Condenser in fan. We'll share that. See, this is the one which is there in fan. You can see that on the top actually. You cannot see it directly because that cup will be closed. You have to remove that cup and see. You'll have that white color condenser inside this fan. You can see this condenser, right? This image. Okay. This is the example of capacitor because this acts as a capacitor for the fan. Okay. Now we can understand that all the three components are there in the fan. We have a source which is connected through a switch. The fan's source is connected to a switch. When we switch it on, the source is connected to fan. And the three components are there. One is the resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Capacitor is otherwise called as condenser in a fan. So you have all the components. The connection of all these three components to the source is actually electrical circuit. Now you understand? A fan is not actually electrical circuit, a complete circuit. But if we connect a fan to electrical circuit or supply through a switch, then it becomes an electrical circuit. Got it? Any doubt here? If you don't understand, I can even teach you to the basic. This is something technical. ஒரு fan இருக்கு. Okay. Switch வழியா உங்க source connect பண்றீங்க. அப்படி connect பண்ணா that becomes a complete electrical circuit. Do you understand? So switch போட்டா voltage apply ஆகுது. Voltage apply ஆனா என்ன ஆகும்னு சொன்னேன். What did I say on the day? When we apply the voltage, what happens? Hello? Hello? உங்களுக்கு நீங்க reply பண்ணாதான் நான் அடுத்து பேச போறேன். Voltage, when we switch it on, voltage is applied to that fan or tube light or any device in your home. So what happens at that time? It is pushing. Actually, voltage is called a force, external force. Am I right? It is pushing the electrons and protons. So, it is pushing the protons and electrons such that it can flow. When electrons and protons flow, it constitutes current. Okay. That applied voltage and the current which is passing through the fan or tube light, multiplication of these two is power of that particular device. Okay, do you understand? Now we can understand it in application way. If fan is there, we have a supply. If we connect it to the switch, this voltage is applied to the fan, and the applied voltage and the current passing through this fan is fixed now. Okay. Now Monica has shared a document that 230 volt is needed for a fan to run. Okay. So when we apply 230 volt to that fan, it is taking 0.3 amps current. It is mentioned as for fan, it is 0.3 amps. Okay. So for ceiling fan, the voltage needed is 230 volt. The current which is passing through will be around, let us take 0.4 amps. So what is the power for a fan? Power is equal to V into I, which is equal to 230 star 0.4 amps, which is equal to, what is that value? Please calculate it, tell me. Because I cannot open the calculator when I share my screen. Someone can answer. All others slept off. Sneha M, what is the value, ma? Hello, madam.
92, sir.
92 amps. 92. What is the unit?
Watts.
Watts, sir.
Very good. It is 230 volt into 0.4 amps, which is 92 watt. Okay, wow. Now you understand how much wattage it is taking, the fan is taking. Okay, this is the power of the fan. Okay, this power is fixed for a fan. You cannot change the power of the fan. Since this is fixed and voltage is fixed, current is also fixed for it. If you change the power of the fan, then what happens? Which is going to change in this mathematical equation? If the power of the fan is changed, which is going to change? Tell me.
Current, sir.
Very good. Why so? Why not voltage is going to change?
Voltage is standard,
Fixed.
sir.
Yes, very good. Now you'll have to understand the power of the device will change only one parameter, which is current. It cannot change the voltage. Okay, because voltage for a device is fixed and voltage is generated in India is also fixed. Okay, we can only change the current by means of varying the power, or we can change the current and by means of it you can vary the power of the device. Okay, but after it is manufactured, like a fan is manufactured, a tube light is designed and manufactured, after it we cannot change the power or current. It is fixed only. Got it? Got it? புரியுதா? இப்ப நான் சொல்றது ஒரு டிவைஸை வந்து மேனுஃபேக்சர் பண்ணி ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டா we cannot change the power or current of a device. So voltage fixed, current fixed, power fixed for a device. That is what it is mentioned in the fan as fixed value. But அங்க deviceல மிக்ஸிக்கு மட்டும் current கொடுக்காம இருந்தாங்க. இப்ப சொல்லுங்க what is the real meaning for that and why it is not mentioned as fixed current for mixie. மோனிகா போய்ஸ் பண்ணும்போது it is not mentioned there. Think பண்ணி சொல்லுங்க எதனால இருக்கும்? எனக்கு ஆன்சர் வேணும் அப்படின்னா தான் அடுத்த டாபிக் போக முடியும். Because only if you answer I can sense that you understand this topic. யோசிங்க நல்லா. ஒரு ஃபேனோட பவர் ஃபிக்ஸட், கரண்ட் ஃபிக்ஸட், வோல்டேஜ் ஃபிக்ஸட். பட் மிக்ஸிக்கு மட்டும் we don't have fixed current. Why?
Due to power, sir.
Why the power varies? Now next question. Power vary ஆனா current vary ஆகும். It is right. Why the current varies and why the power varies there? Just think of practically think பண்ணுங்க. What is happening in mixie? நீங்க என்ன பண்றீங்க மிக்ஸில அத பாருங்க. Akshaya, what is happening in mixie? Think of. நல்லா think பண்ணீங்கன்னா ஆன்சர் கிடைச்சிரும். You can get the answer from there. Ramadevi, have you operated mixie? Madam, have you operated mixie before? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What are you doing there? Actually, you are applying some ingredients to that jar, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ingredients is added and you will close that jar and will switch it on. Like you will have 3 points, 1, 2, 3, you will switch it on 1, 2, 3 and all. And so the jar speed will vary, right? Am I right? Now think of it in that way. Why the current of that mixie varies? You don't know? Any guess? Any guess from students? Any smart answer, please? Come up with the answer. If not, if it is wrong also, okay, I can correct it. Well, the answers are invited. No idea? No idea from any student? No idea. Very good. I'll tell you now. Why the current of mixie is varying is because the ingredients which you are adding to the jar actually varies. Okay. When you add more ingredients, the jar will take more current to operate. More number of electrons will be revolving. Got it? So more number of electrons revolves, more current will be taken. If more current is taken, the power will increase. Okay. If you don't add any ingredients to the jar, it will rotate at higher speed. Have you notified? No ingredients, the speed of the jar or the blade inside it will be higher. So there will be less number of electrons taken. So less current. If it is less current, power will also be less. So there is no fixed current for mixie. That is what it is not mentioned in that jar. Got it? Do you get this idea? So only certain applications, the current is not mentioned in that application. Okay. Since the load varies, there the load is varying. The ingredients which is added to the mixie is actually taken as a load for it. The load varies, current varies. Current varies, power varies. So power and current is not fixed, but the voltage is alone fixed for it. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I guess you understand what is the meaning of voltage, current, and how it is varying, and what is the relationship between power, voltage, and current. Okay, now we discussed something about energy also, right? Okay, now the energy varies with what parameter? I've discussed that energy is equal to power into what?
Times.
Time, sir.
It is time. So if the power of the particular gadget or device is fixed, which is going to vary here? Time. Okay.
Time.
The operation of mixie. Let us take, if you operate mixie for 2 minutes, the energy spent will be less. If we are operating for 3 or 4 minutes, then the energy spent will be higher. Now you understand the difference or link between the power and energy, right? If you operate for more time, the energy is higher. Lesser time the operation, the energy is lesser. So the time is only deciding this amount of energy spent by that particular gadget. Okay. Now you got it. The capacity of doing work is the power. Okay. But the amount of work done by it is termed as energy. Amount of work done is defined by the time it is working. Okay. How much time it is working. See, we are actually working. Students are working 6 hours or 7 hours per day. We are actually working 4 hours per day. Okay. We are taking classes only for 4 hours, but student has to work for at least 6 hours. So the amount of energy spent by you will vary. You are spending more energy and you are spending more data for internet. Such why the capacity of yours will not vary because the power is fixed, but the amount of work done is varying due to energy. This energy is the unit for electricity. You should know that the unit which is consumed is nothing but the energy. Okay, this is what is to be dealt in the basics of electricity. Now you tell me, what is the standard current value for India? Now I've dictated what is the standard voltage level, what is the standard current of India. Indian standards la current na enna? I need an answer from everyone. What is the current value?
Units.
No, sorry, man. Unit is actually related to power and energy, not to current. I've told you, no. Unit is related to energy. Okay, not to power or current or anything. It is related to energy. 1 unit. I've defined it also. 1 unit equal to. You can note it down. 1 unit equal to 1000.
1000 joules.
Yes, 1000 energy or 1000 joules. Okay, very good. If you spend 1000 joules, it is equal to 1 unit of electricity. How much you are paying for 1 unit in Andhra and Tamil Nadu? Any guess? How much rupees is paid for 1 unit?
5 rupees, I think, sir.
In an average, it is 3.05. It also varies if you spend more units. Like if you spend more than 500 units, you will have to spend 5 units per unit, 5 rupees per unit. Okay. It varies. Up to 100 units, we have 3.5 slab, and if you spend above 500, then it is 5 rupees slab. Okay. So 1 unit na 1000 joules. 1000 joules you will have to spend 3.5 at last 3 rupees per unit actually, not total, and 5 rupees per unit. Okay. Now tell me, what is the current for India? What is the standard value of current for India? Sneha M, answer my question. Hello, madam.
Sir,
What is the current value for India? I've told you voltage standard is around 220 plus or minus 15, right? Now, what is the current then? With the explanation I've given till now, what may be the current for India? No idea?
yes, sir.
Yes or no? If yes, you have to answer, right? No idea, yes. Okay. Got it. Yes, please, Snega, any idea? Make it interactive so that I also can know that you understand or not. Because with this explanation, you should have understood one thing. You have to answer for me. What is current standard for India? No answer from anyone. Hello. Till now, we are not get into the syllabus. We are discussing on the basics and the introduction of syllabus. And if you answer, we can get into the next topic. What is the current fixed standard value and what is the power fixed value? If you don't know, say no, I can answer for your question. Okay, I'll answer for it. There is no standard value for current. Only for voltage it is standard. Why there is no standard? Because current varies from devices to devices. Only the voltage for all the devices is fixed. Current varies from device to device. Okay. So there is no standard for it. You should answer because I have told you for mixie, the current varies with the load, right? So how can we fix it a standard value for a current? Okay. For all devices, it will vary. For fan, it is 0.4 amps. For tube light, it is 0.3 amps. For devices like TV, it is around 5 amps. For higher devices like AC, it takes 10 amps also. Okay, so each and every device has different current. So there is no current standard for India, and there is no current standard for any part of the world. The current is actually varying. Okay, since current is varying, there is no standard value for power also, because power depends on the current from this formula. Am I right? So there is no standard for power also. Only the voltage has a standard. Okay, got it? Got it? Got it? Yes, people? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Nice. Now I'll take the PPT so that you'll have to note it down. These things are important. I'll stop sharing and share the PPT. Now, these are the contents which we need to discuss today. Now we have discussed about charge, current, power, and energy. This is the agenda. Circuit. So circuit SI units. I'll go to this book so that it will be easy for me to explain. You can also see that now in this circuit we have interconnection of circuit elements. See, a battery we have, a lamp we have. Okay, lamp is nothing but the load. Okay, lamp is a consumer here. Which is the source here? Battery. Okay, I said no. A circuit has only two. One is the component, another one is the source. ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, ஓகேவா? மறந்துடாதீங்க. சர்க்கியூட்னால என்னதான் இருக்கும்? ஒரு சோர்ஸ் இருக்கும், அதர் திங்ஸ் காம்பனன்ட்ஸ் இருக்கும். காம்பனன்ட்ஸ் கேன் பி காம்பினேஷன் ஆஃப் எனி த்ரீ. ஓகேவா? ஆர்எல் இருக்கலாம், ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் இண்டக்டன்ஸ் இருக்கலாம், இண்டக்டன்ஸ் கெபாசிட்டன்ஸ் இருக்கலாம், இல்லைன்னா ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் கெபாசிட்டன்ஸ் இருக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? ஆர்எல்ஸ் லைக் மூணுமே இருக்கலாம். ரெசிஸ்டன்ஸ் இண்டக்டன்ஸ் கெபாசிட்டன்ஸ் மூணுமே இருக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? எனி ஒன்னு இருக்கலாம், ஆர் மட்டும் இருக்கலாம். Like anything can be there. Combination of these three will be there in this. And for lamp, it is nothing but the resistor. Okay. So battery is the source here. Lamp is the resistor. So it is our source and R combination here for electrical circuit. Okay. If we replace this lamp with ceiling fan, then the three components will be there. Sources plus R plus L plus C. Got it? This is all about the circuit. Now we'll go to the next topic. SI units. You know, there are two types of units in the world, right? What are they? What are the standard two units which is being taught in school days? But I've studied some other unit also, apart from SI unit. What is that?
Fundamental units, sir.
Yes, fundamental units. I can also show you because when I search for it, it is actually fundamental units is studied in school days, but it is actually called as imperial units. Okay, can you see this? Can you see this? Two types of unit system is nothing but first one is international system of units, nothing but the SI unit. Next one is the imperial system, which is otherwise called fundamental units, which we studied in school days. Okay, there are two types of units. Other units which is discussed is United States customary unit, which is followed only in United States, not anywhere. Okay, out of these two, we usually discuss about international system of units, nothing but the SI units. Okay, you should know that these are the basic SI units which we have, and you need to note it down also. It is there in the book which I shared. Note down the page number alone. It is in page number 5. Okay, for length it is m, meter. For mass it is kilogram. For time it is second. Electric current it is ampere. temperature it is Kelvin, luminous intensity it is candela, and charge it is Coulomb. Okay, I guess you all know these basic things. If not, note it down from the page number 5 of your book, which is shared to your WhatsApp. Okay, this is what you need to know next in this SI units. After SI units, you should know what is a charge. See, you can note it down. Charge is the electrical property of atomic particles of which matter consists. Okay, any matter has a charge. Any matter means any device or any component or any material has a charge. Okay, and the measurement of charge is done in Coulomb. Okay, and that electric charge is the most basic quantity of an electric circuit. Only if a circuit has a, it is not a circuit, only if something has a charge, then that is called as electric circuit. Okay, if we have a source and a combination of components, that source will have a charge which is supplied or which is transferred to the component. So anything which has a charge is only called as electric circuits. So you should take that electric charge as a basic quantity of the electric circuit. Okay, if there is no charge, then it cannot be termed as an electric circuit. It can be simply called as a circuit. When we call it as an electric circuit, there should be a charge. Okay, it is nothing but a property. Okay, this is a charge. You know what are the charges? Positive charges, negative charges, and neutral charges. We have discussed on that day. And next is electric current. Electric current is the time rate of change of charge. When the charge changes or the proton moves, electron moves, it constitutes electric current. Okay, so change of charge is called electric current. It has to move protons or electrons or both. Okay, either the positive charge or negative charge or both the positive and electric movement is called electric current. Okay, and this charges electric current is found by Benjamin Franklin in 17th century. These are all should be known, but it is not useful for you to solve the problem, but you should know this. And this ampere, unit of electric current, is framed by Andre Marie Ampere. It is actually he is not an electrical engineer. Instead, he is a French mathematician. You should know that. He is actually a French mathematician who found ampere. Okay. And mathematically, the relationship, you should note it down. Please take the paper and note this formula. I is equal to dq by dt. This is an important formula. This is the formula which relates engineering and science, because you know what is dq by dt, the change of charges. It is nothing but the definition. The change of charge is equal to current. When the charge changes or when the proton electron moves, it is current. So I is equal to, don't want to mark the delta alone, just mark I is equal to dq by dt. It is there in page number 7 of your book. Okay, and 1 ampere, this is the formula. 1 ampere is equal to 1 coulomb per second. Okay, when the charge changes with respect to time, since the time unit is second, I mean charge in coulomb changes with respect to time in second, it is equal to 1 ampere. Okay, suppose we take the charge of an electron. Someone asked me a question yesterday. I was a bit interesting to know that. You know, flow of electrons is current. Am I right? Now I want you to unmute. Everyone has to unmute. You have to answer for me. You know, flow of electrons is current, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Simply flow of electron is current. How many number of electron has to flow for 1 ampere to produce? If you want to produce 1 ampere, how many number of electron has to flow? Any idea? Did you search for it? We have many number of electrons in a material. How many number of electron has to flow for making 1 ampere of current to flow through it? Just search it in Google and find it and tell me. I'll give you 1 minute. Please do search and find. Because only if you start searching, you will get self-learning capability. If I say everything, you will not find it easy. You will not remember it. Find and tell me how many number of electrons you need to flow to constitute 1 ampere of current. Yes? Any answer?
6.242 into 10 power 8.
Very good, very good, very good. Everyone should note it down. It is 6. This is nothing but 6.22 into 10 power plus 18. You cannot even imagine this much of electron is flowing through a circuit when 1 ampere of current is passing through. Okay, now we can guess how many number of electron is passing through a fan when it is operated at 230 volt. Calculate and tell me how many number of electron is passing through the fan when we pass 230 volt. I need the answer from everyone. This is a problem. Problem number 1. Note pannikonga. Just calculate and tell me how many number of electron is needed, or how many number of electron is passing through the fan when we give 230 volt supply for it. You know the current for fan, right? I've declared it already. What is the current for fan? Let us take it as 0.4 amps average. Yeah, 0.4 can be taken. If 1 ampere equal to 6.22 into 10 power 18 electrons, then you need for 0.4. Calculate and tell me. Fast. Take your paper and solve it. Usually when you come for my class, take your calculator also, because some engineering, like what do you say, that engineering calculations will be included. So you cannot use your mobile calculator for calculating. So you will have to take your E series calculator or F series calculator to calculate to find the answers for the formulas or problems. What is the answer? Answer please, students, first. I need answer from everyone. That's it. That is the thing I need. 68.22 into 10 power plus 18 electrons each second needed for 1 ampere current. So, and then tell me. This is the question. Find and tell me how many electrons needed for a ceiling fan to run if it takes 0.4 amps when we pass 230 volts supply. First, students. I know the answer now. I've calculated in my memory. So you can also smartly calculate it by your brain. I don't want to use a calculator. I need a reply from you. Are you actually calculating, or yes or no? You're trying something? All. Monishree, Snega, Akshaya, everyone. Are you calculating or you're not trying? If you're trying, then it is fine. Yes. Any answer? Not, I will tell you. Answer. See, just note it down. 1 ampere is nothing but 6.22 into 10 power 18 electrons. So we need 0.4 amps for our fan. So it is equal to 6.22 into 10 power 18 into 0.4 divided by 1. So 1 is need to convert into 0.4. So into 0.4 divided by 1. What is the answer? Just tell me. This is the formula for that. See, 1 ampere needs this much number of electrons. So 0.4 ampere needs 0.4 divided by 1. Suppose it is 4 amps, then what will you do? If a fan takes 4 amps, you will calculate like this, right? Into 4 divided by 1. Okay. So since it is 0.4, it is 0.4 divided by 1. This is the answer. Just calculate it and have it with you. I don't want the answer. I need you to know the logic. That's it. Okay. So you cannot imagine this much number of electrons is flowing inside a device. If a device is taking 10 amps, then it is taking 62.2 into 10 power 18 number of electrons to run its operation. Okay, got it? If it is 10 amps, if it is 100 amps, then it takes 62.2 into 10 power 19 number of electrons for its operation. If it is 1000 amps, there is no device in this world for operating in 1000 amps. But if it is 1000 amps, just imagine it has to take 62.2 into 10 power 190 number of electrons for its operation. Actually, it is 62.2 into, let us take 0, this number of electrons. Okay. Have anybody calculated this value for fan? If so, please tell me the answer, because I have calculated some answer. I don't know whether it is right or wrong. 2.488 into
2.5 into 10 to the power 18, sir.
yes, very nice, very nice. That's right. That's right. It's actually okay. So it is 2.488. Right answer is 488 into 10 power 18. Okay. Just note it down. The fan constitutes of this much number of electrons for its operation. Okay. So your next class assignment is you have to calculate how many number of electrons that all the gadgets in your home is taking. First take what is the current value of all the gadgets or devices, and then calculate how many number of electrons it is taking. Okay, that is the assignment. And for next class, please don't come without doing anything, because only if you do something, if you do practice, you will understand what is that. When you listen when you sit and listen to something, you will not understand. When you start doing something, you will understand. So I expect all my dear students to do something. Your assignment for tomorrow or next class is take all gadgets device's current value and find the number of electrons it takes. For its operation. And this, you have the next class on Monday only. So you have to post it before Saturday. So we will discuss that on Monday. This assignment has to be completed and posted on Saturday at least. Assignment 2, because we have completed the assignment 1. Only 2 students have completed. Please be careful enough. I will not say anything if you don't complete, but I will note everything, and that will be replicated in your internals. I'm not saying this normally, take it seriously. I'll not say anything if you don't complete or if you don't do the assignment, but everything will be noted in my mind, and everything like this class is even recorded. So this will be taken for internal calculation if you don't do anything. You have to be like active participant in the class. You'll have to do the assignment also. I won't scold you and all because I don't like scolding students. But you have to do something. Okay. Take all the gadgets, find the number of electron it takes for its operation. At least 10. Because if you take 1 or 2, you will not get idea. At least 10 devices in your home. Okay. And that's it about sources, components, and everything. What is the next topic? Because we have 10 minutes, we can discuss other 2 topics. We have discussed about circuits, SI units, circuit elements. Circuit element consists of sources and the components. Very good. And I'll stop sharing and get into the PPT. I have the PPT. See here, be active now. The circuit elements has 2 different types of elements. One is active element, another one is passive element. Okay. Active element nothing but the source. Source is only active. It gives supply to the component. Passive elements are the one which does not supply. Anything which consumes is taken as passive element. Anything which gives is taken as active element. Okay. If a circuit has a source, then that circuit is termed as active circuit. If the circuit does not have a source, then the circuit is termed as passive circuit. I repeat, you can note it down also. In a circuit, active element is the source. Passive element is the component. Okay. Active element is source. Now you think of, if a circuit has source in it, then that circuit is termed as active circuit. If a circuit does not have a source in it, then the circuit is called passive circuit. Got it? Now, Akshaya, you answered, when a fan is switched off, what type of circuit it is? I've told you 2 types of circuits. One is active circuit and passive circuit. Now your fan in your home is switched off. What type of circuit it is?
Passive, sir.
Why? Why? Good. Your answer is right. What is why?
Because source will not give
Yes.
current to.
Yes, very right. When you don't apply a source, when you switch it off, the source voltage is 0, right? If a source is 0, then it becomes passive. When it is switched on, the source is applied, so it becomes active. Do you understand the difference? Yes, very good. These are the circuit elements, and I can show you what is the difference which is given in the book, because it will be easy for you when you prepare. And we have discussed about ampere, and I guess you have noted down. And there are 2 types of current. One is DC current, which remains constant. You can see the graph here. DC current is actually straight in line. Mathematically, it won't change with respect to time. DC current will always be constant. Okay, so a battery needs constant current. Since the battery is DC, You just think of battery takes only constant current. If it is 5 amps, it takes 5 amps constantly. But alternating current is varying according to time. See, the alternating current wave is actually varying. It will go to peak, it will go to zero. Negative peak zero, positive peak zero. Negative peak zero, positive peak zero. It will be waving like a sinusoidal wave, like a beach wave மாதிரி அப்படியே oscillate ஆயிட்டே இருக்கும் உங்களோட sinusoidal. Okay, this is all about AC and DC. Okay, and I told you everything about current. Next, the voltage. Note on the formula. Formula for voltage is dW by dq. Voltage formula is equal to dW by dq. Always the voltage will be marked by VAB. What is that AB? It is nothing but the difference between 2 points. A is 1 point, B is 1 point. Okay. For a circuit, we have two different wires. I have told you on that day. Even for fan, tube light, for everything, you have two wires. One wire is considered as A point, another wire is taken as B point. One point will have higher potential, other point will have lower potential. If A is higher potential, then B will be at lower potential. So VAB is equal to dW by dq. What is W here? Work done. Work done on the energy. Okay. What is Q? Q is nothing but the charge. So the work done with respect to change in charge is the voltage. You can easily understand from this formula. You can also note it down. 1 volt is nothing but 1 joule per 1 coulomb. Okay. 1 volt is nothing but 1 joule per coulomb. If there is no change in charge, then the voltage will become infinity. Okay. If there is no change in work done, then the voltage becomes zero. You can understand that from the formula. Work done nadakalana, voltage zero. Adanalada switch off panna, voltage is zero because there is no work done. But charge change agalana, voltage will become infinity. Okay. This is the difference. From this formula, that is the inference given. And voltage is the energy required to move a unit charge through the element. Voltage is nothing but the energy. It is required to move a unit charge through an element. It is nothing but electrons or protons. Voltage is the pushing factor or the force factor which is going to move the charge. These are all technical content delivered to you. These are all there in the book. You can go through the book afterwards. It is in page number 9 about the voltage. Voltage comes because the founder of voltage is Alessandro Antonio Volta. Volta kandupidichanaala it is called as voltage, and it is a surprise for us. Even this voltage is found not by the electrical engineer, it is found by the physicist. See, you know, ampere is found by the mathematician and voltage is found by Italian physicist. Okay. No electrical engineer has found voltage or current. Okay. It is found by a physician and mathematician. Next is all about power. You note this formula also. All these things are important. P is equal to dW by dt. P is equal to dW by dt. And you know power is equal to VI. So we have the formula for V and I. If you substitute, you will get this. V is nothing but dW by dq. I is nothing but dq by dt. When you multiply these two, dq will get cancelled. See, this dq and this dq will get cancelled. So you'll get dW by dt, which is equal to power, which is VI. Okay. This formula and this formula, please note it down. Power is the time rate of expending or absorbing energy. You have to expend or absorb. That is the power of the source. Its unit is watts. And power is a time varying quantity, and you have to calculate the instantaneous power for everything. You'll get it when you solve a problem. You'll understand this. Okay. And the next topic I have discussed is that's it. These are the things we have discussed: active and passive elements. See, there are two types of elements. One is active and passive elements. Active elements is capable of generating energy, a source. Passive element is not. so it will not generate any energy. Okay. Active elements, yep. In example, generators, batteries, and op amps. You don't want op amp, just remember active element example is generator and battery because those are all sources. Passive elements are resistor, inductor, capacitor, can be anything. Okay, these are the passive elements. Okay, and as I have displayed in the PPT, you should know different types of sources are there. We discuss different types of sources in the next period. See, in this slide I have displayed circuit elements we have discussed. Next slide is sources, independent and dependent. We know there are two types of sources. I'll give you a clue. One is voltage source, another one is current source. And those two, voltage source and current source, are further classified into two types. One is independent source, another one is dependent source. We'll discuss this independent and dependency on the next period. Okay. Just ask me, the first question should be what is independent and dependent in the next class. Okay. Someone should ask so that I'll explain you what is independent and dependent. Okay. That's it. I close the session now. I'll just recap what we have discussed for 2 minutes and I'll close because already it is 9:57. Someone can recap, right? So that it'll be easy for me to remember what I discussed today. Monica, please recap what we have discussed now. First, because we have 2 minutes. Yes, first. Madam? Monica, please. Would have noted something in your notebook so you can read it out what we have discussed now. It'll be easy for us and easy for your friends to remember about the things we have discussed. Monica, you are not doing? Hello? Okay, she's not ready. Or she's not in the inside. Okay, others, anyone can? Please. Not, shall I end the session? Please answer for this so that I'll recap those things on the next period. I'll just go through, I've discussed about charge, voltage, current, power. I have taken an example of ceiling fan and explained, and I have taken example mixie and explained why the current is not displayed in the mixie and why current is changing. We have discussed about the standard voltage. There is no standard current and power. Also, we have discussed what is sources and the circuit elements. Circuit elements in the sense passive and active circuits. And we have also discussed about what are they? So two types of sources, voltage source and current source. With example, we have explained it. I have also given many formulas regarding voltage, current, power, and also that's it. Voltage, current, power, and charge. These are the formulas discussed. We have solved a problem also. Please do try some other problems. And I've given an assignment for you to complete. You have to complete it in time and post it on Saturday evening. I'll be expecting your answer, or you can take a snap of what you have solved and post it in WhatsApp group. Everything will be noted. Please be serious about the assignments which is given. And thanks a lot. You can say bye and go. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.